Good morning traders, welcome to the Phoenix Blue morning update on Tuesday the 8th of March. We'll be looking at the charts as usual. Today's focus though will be on the Bank of England and the Brexit vote. Mark Carney is appearing before the House of Commons Select Committee this morning, so we'll be talking about that next. Okay, news announcements for the day. Overnight we had negative figures from China, well below forecast for the trade balance. However, there is a potential reason for an area of this, or a proportion of this, which is that we had the Chinese New Year during this period, which is effectively a week-long close down. This is the subject I mentioned a moment ago. The Bank of England Governor Mark Carney is due to appear in front of a Parliamentary Select Committee at 9:15 this morning to talk about the UK's membership of the European Union. This was preempted last night, and possibly some of the effects were taken out of the picture by a statement from the Bank of England saying that they will offer additional index long-term repo ILTR operations in the weeks around the UK referendum. What that basically means is that's offering liquidity to the banks during a period of uncertainty. So that's the big news of today. We're talking a moment about the pound. We're in a trade on the pound. And we'll look at where we're at with that shortly. But before we do that, we'll just flick over to Asia and have a look what's been going on there. This is the US dollar Chinese yuan exchange rate. There is not a lot to talk about there. We're still very much where we were yesterday, still above these 2015 levels, which is what we've really been watching. The Shanghai Composite, the composite of the equities in China, a gap down yesterday, then a bullish bar up to the 2015 lows. Again, very much within the range of what we've been seeing for the last month, so nothing to be drawn from that. The Nikkei 225, the equities over in Japan, we've had a bearish day, but into the close, a lot more bullish action. So we're again, possibly really where we were yesterday, not a lot to report. So onward we go. Over on the US dollar, we saw some labour figures out yesterday which were negative, which following a bullish move by the dollar index above 97.50, which is our sort of line in the sand between neutrality and US dollar strength. The news on the employment data, which really was already reflected in the non-farm payroll on Friday, pushed price down again mid-afternoon yesterday. So we're in this yellow zone here, and I'm considering a neutral stance on dollar strength versus dollar weakness within that area. Okay, the Aussie. Yesterday we were looking for a long trade on the Aussie from these levels here, these two peaks here. Price didn't come down sufficiently to our entry. On some broker accounts it only missed by a couple of pips, but that's now been and gone, and our stance is now reversed. We're looking at this level here at 0.75, a round number. We've got a 6-month Kotick stream that we've had for the best part of a month on the Aussie for a short signal. So we'll be looking for an entry at this point here to take price down, the chart back down to levels here. You can see we've got an early take profit below what would have been, above what would have been yesterday's entries. Yesterday, that will be our T1 profit, and then a conservative T2 profit down at the next level of the lows from the previous week. The pound, we've already mentioned the Bank of England governor being in Parliament giving a statement today. We had an entry here yesterday And at the time that the announcement came out about the liquidity around the Brexit vote, we had a spiked us into the trade. We are currently sat in the trade. If you're in this trade, you need to consider whether you're willing to take the risk that's on the table through this announcement. If I look at the current screen, I think we've seen that yes, we've had a move up from this point, so we're nearer to our stop and to this trend line than we previously were. So to reiterate, if you're in that trade, consider your willingness to accept that risk. Either reduce the risk, close the trade before the announcement, which is 9:15. Okay, over on the New Zealand dollar, we've an entry through at this really strong level here. Price at the moment has moved away from our entry. We'll just wait to see what happens in the forthcoming days. But this is a level that we're very confident in. It's a very strong weekly level. You can't see all the detail over here, but if you look at your own charts and on the weekly level, you'll find there are some nice touches historically back about 2010, 2009, if I remember. Crude oil. I took another look at crude last night, and we've got a falling wedge here, which we appear to have broken out of. Now we've also got a significant level at this point where price looks like it's bouncing off. If it wasn't for this level, we might be considering a retest of the upper level of this falling wedge to go long. Because of this level here and the way that crude's been, we will be waiting for a break above this level. We'll then effectively be bullish crude at that point. Technically speaking, crude is a bullish market because of the percentage of increase we've had in the last month or so, which is this move up here. So we'll be waiting for the break above that retest if that happens. Just an update on cocoa to finish off. We've had a couple of, we had a big bullish day on Friday. We had another bullish day today up at this level. We've said that once we get a close above this level, we'll move stops to break even. I haven't yet done that, but I know yesterday a number of the Phoenix Blue traders moved the stops to break it even at that point, but we're still anticipating a break above this level and looking for a retest to add back into this trade towards our T2 targets, which are up at this level. Okay, that concludes the video for today. Not a great deal to talk about. We're going into the latter part of the week from tomorrow onwards when we'll see a lot more significant central bank announcements, and we'll keep you up to date with that in the morning. If you like what you see, you would like to hear more, find out more, info@phoenixblue.co.uk is our email address. Please talk to us without any commitment. We can arrange to meet you and go through exactly what we do in more detail. We do believe that we can take your trading to the next level. So please, get in contact. Okay, that concludes the video for today, and I look forward to speaking to you in the morning. Thank you and goodbye.